Hello leaders, welcome to the chapter, Even Superheroes Need a Plan. As we've discussed inside this chapter, there are a few key things that you want to do whenever you're planning. And one of those most essential items is always make sure that you have the physics of success well in hand. Now by the physics of success, of course, I'm referring to the triple constraints. And as you'll recall from the physics of fire, it takes three things to be successful. And when we drew that fire triangle in the elementary school science class, we remembered that fire can only exist when there is adequate fuel and oxygen and, of course, heat. And when you have those three, you've got a successful fire. It's physics. You take one away and the fire goes out. You can't fool Mother Nature. Projects, initiatives, and adventures are very much the same way. If you're going to have a successful project or initiative, you really do need to have a balance in your triple constraints. And of course, the triple constraints are your time, your resources, and your outcomes. How much you're going to achieve, what it's going to take in terms of budget, resources, skills, and talent to achieve them, and how long you have to deliver those results in. Now everyone knows if you take time out of a project after the project is set up, you're going to have more resources or fewer deliverables. And if you reduce resources during a well-balanced project, you are going to have more time or reduce outcomes. And if you want to keep your stakeholders happy, clearly, we've got to have a good balance in the triple constraints. But here's the deal. If you have just enough time, just enough resources to achieve the results that you need, because you've done a great plan, if you identified everything you need to do, you're probably in trouble. You see, every adventure has a problem. Whether you know about it or not is not the issue. It will have a problem. And when problems arise, how are you going to deal with them if you have just enough time and just enough resources to achieve what you've promised? Therefore, I want you to use the ubiquitous Murphy's Law. Remember, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And as Dr. Stapp's colleague knew as they shot him across the desert at 635 miles per hour, wow, you don't want things going wrong. So Stapp told his team, make sure you know what's driving this project. Figure out what it is. And in his project, it was safety and it was data. If they couldn't have good safety and good data, wasn't any use doing the project. So then they maintained flexibility in how long they were going to take to do the project and in the budget they had to do the project in. Now look, I know you probably don't have an unlimited budget and unlimited time, and you've got to get things done rapidly and you've got to get things done well. But make sure whatever you do to negotiate a gap in your triple constraints. A little bit extra time than you have promised, a little flexibility in your timeline, it can be so precious when you really need it. A few extra resources that you've got squirreled away just in case you need them sometime. These can be precious when the going gets tough. Negotiate a gap in your triple constraints. Remember, friends, flexibility is a superhero's best friend.